Okay, is it running? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? I don't know what it looks like. I'm not sure what you're seeing. I'll have to look afterwards and see. But anyways, we've got this 1 terabyte PNY SSD, 16 gigabytes of, I'm not sure what SP stands for, silicon power or something like that, I think. Anyways, don't actually need that. We've got the Asus Phoenix 1650. I actually ended up paying more for this than I did for the 1650 Super that will eventually go in this machine. So, but at least it's not a whatever it's the one that's crashing or cracking all the time, gigabyte ones. I do have a gigabyte card, but it's the old RX 570, so hopefully that won't be a problem. And lastly, we have the power supply. Antec Basic Power 450. Not a lot, but I only need just a little bit. And we have this gizmo, which supposedly will allow this to run in the Optiplex. And I have all of this that will have this. No, not this. This. This is what will power that. This is what would normally go for your CPU, and I don't think it needs it in the Optiplex either. See, the other two machines I actually paid for, I did research first to make sure that they would actually take a new power supply. I was a little disappointed when I opened up the Optiplex and saw this strange power cord going to the motherboard, and the peripherals, the drives, plug into the motherboard. They don't plug into its power supply. So, but I can always use these for that, so I don't have to worry about overloading the motherboard. But that's what we gotta, that's the stuff we gotta put in there, and hopefully it'll all work. And hopefully this is working. We'll find out. Okay, so we've got the machine out. If you remember from the desk video, this was underneath a machine, so I had to turn off the other machine to dig this one out. My son can be kind of noisy. Alright, so the nice thing about the Optiplexes, they open easy. Ta-da! So inside we have, like I said, this was the, see, there is the power cord. Okay, so it does have a separate line that goes to for the CPU. So it does have that. I shouldn't need to mess with any of this. The existing memory modules are the same as the one that are going in there, so that should be relatively easily dealt with. So, oh man, I haven't opened these yet, have I? Alright, hold on a second. Let's do something about that. Okay, we're back. I think. I have mostly sliced away the edges of the packaging, but I still have yet to figure out how to get it to actually open. I remember the good old days with memory modules. Of course, I'm old enough to remember when this kind of packaging didn't exist. All right. So here is, can't get it to line up. So now there's 24 gigabytes in there. And there's 16 gigabytes. Huzzah! All right, so next, take that out. Remove that. And there we have, gee, look, it's another silicon power memory module. Except this one's an SSD. If you notice, you can put one there, you can mount another one on the other side. So you can mount two. They were so forward thinking, weren't they? Okay, I shall retrieve a screwdriver very quickly here. Getting a screwdriver was easier than carving open the packaging, so, all right. Now, I suppose in theory I could leave this one in here and just put the new one in. But where would be the fun in that? Besides, I'd have to find screws, so. Oh, that's right. Why don't I do this the easy way? A little bit more. There we go. Ugh. I forgot. This actually comes out. Boy, I tighten these suckers down. Uh-oh. Ah, there it is. There's something to be said for not doing this right above your computer. All right, so there's that. All right, so there it is. 512 gigabytes. Something else will get that. I have actually used several of these. As a matter of fact, the first one I bought was also a PNY, a whole 120 gigabyte PNY. But for some reason, the first one was a better one, so I kind of missed that. See, the first one I got also included the serial number key for a copy of Acronis, which I've had to use many times in the past for all the rest of this stuff. But this hard drive we're not going to worry about cloning back to, because we're going to attempt Windows 11 on this machine. I have already made a suitable USB stick with the appropriately altered installation files that should enable Windows 11 to install on this machine. Here's hoping, anyway. I have to admit, I'm kind of curious. I do have, like I said, I've got one other machine that I could install Windows 11 on. It was the Bunny Rabbit machine, because while an i7 4770 is not good enough to run Windows 11, a Celeron J4105 is. Which is kind of silly if you ask me, but I'm not Microsoft. Alright, so now we will, this was designed to hook into a 3.5-inch spinner. And here I am putting a 2.5-inch SSD. And there we go. It's in. Now, we're not going to put that in yet because of these. Apparently it needed a extension to reach. Seems kind of odd to do something like this if your setup isn't going to work. Why do you do it? Go figure. But this was the way it came from Dell, as near as I can tell. So, weirdness aside. Okay, well, this I can still do without tools, so let's push on the blue square and open it. Pull the little blue tab. Nice, small, compact. It's been a nice little machine, or a nice little video card. Alright, so now we get this one out. I mean, not that this is top of the line or anything, but this is budget affordable, basically. Alright. And from what I mentioned earlier about the there's actually plastic on this. Here we go. Oh, yeah! Okay, that was a silly place to put plastic. Oh, excuse me. How can I forget? It's on the hub too. Okay. The tricky bit is here, apparently. Oh, gee, there's more here. I have never done that before on a video card. Honest God. But apparently the problem that Gigabyte is having is this little thing right here. It's cracking right here. Almost to where you can't even see it. But they have important traces going through this area. And it'll screw up your video card. A little bit bigger. A little bit taller. A little bit bigger fan. But that's okay. I'm not putting it in one of the little ones, so it should be okay. So as I get everything lined up and snapped in. Alright. Now, okay, I need the big boy. The big boy. Amazing how the right tool for the job works so well. All right. quick. All right. And it looks like there's a little tab down here I'm going to have to push in. And I will remove that. And I will remove this. And then I can remove this. A little dusty, isn't it? Well, it did get dumped in a dumpster, so... Wow. Let's see what we've got. Purple, black, black, gray, green, black. This says orange, orange. This says white, white. That's not a shadow. That's the dust. All right. Let's not put this on the rest of the bed. Boy, I've got a lot of cable I gotta hide in this stupid thing, don't I? Okay, well, step one, let's go ahead and remove this other cable because it's not really going to be necessary. I mean, I could use it, but I mean, I've got all of this stuff to hide. Why would I want to leave that in there? All right. So, step one, feed this in. All right, the snap at the back has worked. So let's put the screws in. Now, I could have avoided this because there is a version of the 1650 that does not require this. But that version also has GDDR5 memory in it, as opposed to the GDDR6 memory. And it's like, this machine is going to need all the help it can get. And if that means running GDDR6 memory, so be it. Besides the obvious fact that when I upgrade this to the GTX 1650 Super, there is no non-version of the GTX Super. So, and certainly mine is not. So, might help if I actually get it on right. There we go. Works real well when you get it snapped in correctly. I think we will loop this down this way. I think we're going to loop everything in there, but okay, this was an attempt to keep things organized a little bit. Look, you've even got something here you can hang something from. Although I don't think this bit will come out to let you put a floppy drive in there, so. All right. This appears to go in this way. All right. And now we will shove everything into the second drive bay. Okay, this goes over here to this. Somewhere. Yeah, it goes this way. Or does it go this way? It goes that way. Okay. I'm glad I didn't fight it too hard. Okay. Now, mind my head. I'm going to guess that this is probably the first SATA header, so we'll go ahead and put that in there and snap that in. Alright, now we'll unhook this little bit here. And we will take one and run it. Oh, no, we won't take this one because I don't need this one. So this one will get tucked in here too. Cable management is not going to be a strong point of this build. Okay, this one has both. This one has only. So I'll tell you what, we will route this one over here. Because if I ever add a second drive, it will be over here. Although I already have this. Actually, given the length of this cable, I think what we will do is we will pull this out. We will remove this. And we will just plug this into it because it is more than long enough. There we go. And now we'll just tuck it in and we'll stash the excess up there. And meanwhile, we will bring this little one here and tuck it into the CD-ROM drive, hopefully. Okay. And as the other ones, okay, it's not perfect, but everything is plugged in, and now the big test is, will it fire up? Normally I wouldn't do this, but since I got to shove it back into the little hole, we're going to do that. Alright. Now, all we got to do is put it back, hook it up, and see what happens. Hold on a bit. Okay. In good news, it tried to turn on as soon as I plugged the power cord in. So that's a good sign. Let's see what happens now that I actually want it to turn on. Okay, that's not a good sign. Oh well. And it tried to turn off. Let's try it again. Okay, I need to find out why we have no video. Oh, never mind, we have video. Okay, to change, okay, let's press F2. Okay, hey, look at that. Does that look impressive or what? Alright, system information. 32 gigabytes of memory. Wow. Well, for me, that's a big deal, okay? And we don't have a diskette drive. There is no diskette drive, so there's no point in even looking for one. Yes, look for a USB storage device. That would be nice. And you're never going to have to look over the onboard NIC. So, what happens if I click here? Add a boot option. Okay, never mind. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's, here. Whoa. This supposedly has Windows 11 on it. Okay, so we've got Windows 11 on it. So let's switch this back. And oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought we was in trouble. Okay, how about we just forget what I have to push to get into the BIOS on this. F12. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, there we go. We're entering setup. See, the problem is this keyboard. These are really nice keyboards. I have 4 of them because they're small, they're lightweight, and they're great for other stuff. The only problem is that you have to push function to get everything set up right, and it's very annoying. All right, so okay, hey, it even recognizes that. Okay, so we'll see what happens this time. It's been a long time since I've worked with a new version of Windows. Okay, well, it seemed to like that. And we're still looking at Dell. Doesn't appear to be any lights flashing on the USB stick, but I don't think there are any lights to flash on the USB stick, so I have no idea if it's doing anything or not. I mean, to be honest, it could take a while to load some of this stuff, I suppose. Ah, there we go. We have a circle. That's always a good sign when it comes to Windows. All right, hey, look. Yeah, go ahead. Now, this particular machine, as well as the old HP, they both have their Windows keys burned in. They are in the BIOS of the machine. So I don't know if it's doing anything yet or not. Oh, I guess I have to do this first. Okay, so now can we format? All right, so now we're formatting, I think. See, the amusing thing is the machine is making hard drive noises. I hear it going, even though the only thing moving is the CPU fan, the video card fan, and it may not be moving right now anyway, and the power supply fan. Okay, well, I'm going to guess it's okay. So we'll just hit next. Okay. We will probably fast forward through a lot of this because it's undoubtedly going to take a very long time. So, yeah. Enjoy staring at the screen while I go do something else. Like I said, I'll fast forward through this so you won't have to worry about it. And we'll start fast forwarding, oh, I don't know, say now. What was that? I guess I came back up just in time. Well, let's see what happens here. Boy, it takes a lot of getting ready, doesn't it? Okay. Well, I can't complain about the machine working. It seems to be working fine. Whether or not Windows 11 decides to work, that'll be the question. I actually do have a machine that runs Windows 11, honest and true. All right, well, yes, I am in the United States. Oh no, I just told everybody. Yes, this is the right layout. No, we'll skip that. That's the kind of thing I usually edit out of the commentary for the videos because you don't want to hear me coughing all the time. But I cough a lot. It's the fun of having asthma. Please keep your PC on. Yeah, like I'd turn it off. Now, the nice thing is, even if it's got oodles and oodles and gobs of updates it's got to download, we have upgraded to a fiber internet connection. 1 gigabit Ethernet or 1 gigabit fiber internet runs pretty quick. Okay, so I have to name this device. Well, I believe I called this one Big Dell. Oh, it doesn't like the no spaces or special characters other than hyphen, dashes, and underscore. Okay, so it's not going to like a space. So we'll do that. So I guess it liked that. See, the camera has reacted strangely. Oh, so we're going to reboot. Okay. Oh yeah, anytime you name your computer, it wants to reboot it. Ugh. On a technical note, if you watch Big Clive, who's actually pretty interesting, though he's not really a gamer, he also uses a Moto G for his camera. I think he has a better setup than I do, though. Okay, well, we will be skipping this bit later on. No. Jeez. Let's just say I don't like OneDrive. Okay, I don't know if I'll be hiding this or not. I guess I don't have to. All right, do we have a pen? I think we have a pen. All right. Will I be doing this? Probably. Will I be doing this? Definitely. I will probably be doing this. Why did... This is striking me as probably being something I really don't want to mess with. Nope, we're not going to do this. I don't need... And it's no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. Hi. Well, good. You get things ready for me. Yeah, well, given that you probably decided a few minutes on a much faster machine than this. Oh, you've discovered HD. Well, good for you. Of course, I'll still have to go in and download the correct driver for it later anyway. The interesting question is will the driver for an Asus GTX 1650 also work with a PNY GTX 1650 Super? I guess it depends on if there's any fundamental difference between the cards other than the other one being faster. I would imagine most of the GTX 16 series cards use the same basic driver anyway. Hey, looks like I've got a machine. Well, that's interesting. Settings. Well, let's look. Big Dell. I'm up to date. Let's see if it caught the activation. Hey, I'm active. I am activated. How about that? Okay, well, all we have to do now is get these, well, there's a couple of things we need to do. You know, I'm not actually going to use this ever, except now. I think everybody pretty much is the same way. You use whatever just to get what you need. And the problem is oh, that's what I want. Forgot what website I wanted. I want this. For a new machine, this is the ultimate and best website you can ever possibly go to. See, I can just go through here. I get that. Do I need any of this? No, not right now. Yes, I'm going to want VLC. Yeah, I'm going to want Audacity. Yeah, I'm going to want Steam. I'm going to want... I'm probably not going to need to use GIMP, but we'll go ahead and get it anyways. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and get LibreOffice. No. Call me weird. I prefer the OpenOffice. Utilities. Developer tools. Actually, what do I don't think... I use OpenShot video editor, so I'll probably just have to pull that off of one of the other machines. Yeah, go away. Okay. Want to see if there's anything else I think I might want or need later. Oh yeah, I want Handbrake. Audacity gets used to edit all the audio files, basically to remove my coughing and to compress everything, so you don't have to put up with the loudness and softness that you have to put up with this video, because, well, this video doesn't have the audio. I'm not gonna go to the trouble to separate out the audio and mix it back in again, because I might want it to actually time up right, so we're just going to leave it as it is. I like GIMP because I know how to use GIMP. I don't really need any of these. And it will probably tell me that I need some of this stuff, but we'll wait until it happens. Okay, well, let's get my nanite. And there we go. Yes, I do. And here goes the Firefox. In all honesty, I used Chrome more, but I always like to have Firefox just in case. And here it is installing Chrome. I probably downloaded all that stuff instantly. Seriously, it takes about 3 seconds to load up the Meanwhile videos. They just go boom. I mean, it takes like, well, what do you say? A second for a minute? Maybe 2 seconds for a minute. It's really fast, though, when it comes to uploading the videos to YouTube. It's really impressive. All right, well, I will speed up through this. Okay, it says it's finished, finally. So we'll, okay, so it needs the net runtime 64, 611, or later. Okay. Well, so let's find that then. Shall we? We'll do it this way. Oh, that looks so much better. All right. Here we go. Hi, we're just starting. Silly me. It's like, yes, I'm in. Oh, this is always so annoying. But anyway. See, in the good old days, you could actually just one click and it would do it all. Now you have to do all of it manually. I don't actually want Google to do this either, but I haven't downloaded Adobe yet, so basically anything that says Edge is going to have to get changed. Don't ever let people tell you that things are always better now than they were. Some things are better than they were. This isn't one of them. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Oops. Okay. So which version did it say we needed? Something like this. All right, let's see if it put it in the right order. That's always a question. Yes, good. It put the net desktop first. Okay, well, can we try it again? Let's try it again, shall we? I forget where it went. There it is. Okay, this is already loaded, so I shouldn't have to do it again. Is this the new one? Hopefully. There we go. I like Handbrake. It works well. With a minimal of fuss. Okay. So, I gotta remember how to log into Steam. Alright, well, we're going to do a few other odds and ends, and then we'll finish this video up. Okay, so the last thing I had to do was download the driver for the GTX 1650 card, the NVIDIA's version. I don't know what Microsoft pulled up, so we got the real one. And then I had to make sure that the Windows game DVR was going to work, and it does work. I just don't think it works correctly with the PC Mark program here, because, and I should have known this, but basically it's only recording the intro screens or the background screen, and it's not recording any of the actual benchmarking screens at all. So it's like, so that's why you're sitting and staring here at this screen. But by the time I'm done speaking, we will have switched over to the benchmark results. So it was actually a live recording, so it's not fake. And basically, I ran all of the PC Mark benchmarks, as well as the performance test benchmarks. You know, the one with the little jet fighters roaming around in circles, and the floating islands, and the space jellyfish. Yeah, I ran all of those too. And I ran the wildlife from the PC Mark for the Vulkan benchmarking. And the results were pretty much what I was expecting. They are much faster than the GTX 1050 that was in it. They are a little bit faster than the RX 570 in the other machine, and not quite as fast as the GTX 1650 Super, even though the base machine is faster. The video card is not, so that does show up. But on the whole, it seems to be working well. I haven't run into any problems at least in the benchmark testing. It never got noisy, and it was fairly stable. If I have a problem, I think it's a cable problem, because I noticed there was some weird little lines coming off of boxes, and that's usually a it's a DVI connector problem. That's the thing. This monitor just has a DVI and VGA connector on it. It's old, so it's like I have to use the DVI connector with it, and I don't really have much of a choice. So, anyways, it worked out fine. I think I'll take this GTX 1050, and I think I'll put it in the Core 2 Quad machine that right now has an HD 7790, which was what was originally in the HP machine. As a matter of fact, I bought the HP machine, and a better power supply so I could run BioShock Infinite. And so there was that. And then I upgraded to the RX 570 so I could run We Happy Few. So, and then the 1650 for doing all the Fallout 4 stuff. Even though the Fallout 4 is probably not as graphically demanding as the We Happy Few is. But that's okay. I'm happy. It seems to be running good. And this has been a very long video. Thanks for your patience for watching. We'll be back to just doing normal game videos here. There will be another video when I finally rearrange this desk and put it back the way I want it. But that's going to be a little while. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment on this. Tell me what you think of the machine, or any questions you have about the process. And we'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye now.